Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So right now I'm driving the Mercedes E63s AMG. But before we talk about the car, I wanted to share something about the supercar culture in Mumbai. So the supercar culture in Mumbai has turned pretty monotonous. Let me give you a quick demo. A typical supercar owner in Mumbai, probably on a Sunday morning, if he happens to wake up early, he first heads to a famous coffee shop where his supercar buddy is already waiting for him. Then they click a few pictures, he grabs a cup of coffee, then he straight heads towards Marine Drive to head towards the Bandra Valley ceiling. He then drives past a few car spotters and waves a thank you to them, actually indicating that do tag me in your Instagram post. Then he takes the ceiling, drives towards Bandra. After crossing the bridge, he happens to find a U-turn. Then what he does, he drives towards Worli back again and then finally heading back home. Now this is all good, but what you really should be doing with your supercar is this. You should be on the highway, on a wild highway, driving something like this. Or you should be out in the open, something like on this expressway, and doing some intercity driving and driving the shit out of her. Now what I showed you before is the typical 90% of the supercar owners in Mumbai. Though I know a few friends who genuinely make the effort to go out there and drive their supercars. But anyway, now let's come back to the topic, the Mercedes-Benz E63s AMG. Let's talk about the E-Class AMGs previously. We did have the 6.2 liter version. Then we did have a 5.5 liter version as well. But this one here, which happens to be the most hardcore, is a 4 liter twin turbo V8. And to be very honest, the performance is always, it's always there. So yes, though this is a twin turbo, the turbo lag is almost negligible. The answer to this is because the turbos, both the turbos are placed within the V8 configuration of the cylinder and not outside the cylinder banks. And Mercedes call this configuration the hot V. And oh yeah, hot V for sure. Oh my god. Oh, so we are in race mode now. Oh, that exhaust though. The exhaust still feels like a NA V8. I know the NA V8s are more pure, but this is not bad at all. We are not complaining at all. So finally, to talk about the numbers, this 4 liter V8 twin turbo makes 612 horsepower and 850 Newton meters of torque. So this is more powerful than Mercedes' own AMG GTR as well. And no doubt, it is having a faster acceleration time as well. 0 to 100 in around 3.3 seconds. That makes it probably the fastest sedan in India. I'm not really sure about the world because maybe the Tesla Model S is slightly quicker, but that's not internal combustion. So yes, this is the fastest sedan in the world. Oh, I need to stop doing that now. Okay, now let's get back to the comfort mode. So, putting in comfort back. I put this car in comfort mode to show you something about the cylinder deactivation technology, what Mercedes have incorporated into this performance sedan. So right now, because I'm cruising barely 65-70 kilometers per hour, the car has deactivated 4 of its cylinders and now is a 4-cylinder regular Mercedes E-Class. So this is probably to get the emission norms right, at the same time overall aid better fuel economy. I slightly welcome this move. It's not a bad move because the transition is very smooth. It does not let you know that yes, you are short of cylinders right now. So it's not bad at all. Also, another aspect which makes these performance sedans, particularly the E63s, a pretty much usable cruiser, maybe intercity, interstate cruiser as well, is right now this car is running on the speed petrol or the power petrol, which is one level up than the regular petrol. And this is usually available mostly everywhere. So this is not running on speed 97. This is not definitely running on 99 octane, which was recently launched by Power, but it's running on almost regular fuel. And if it is running on that fuel, I have a feeling that it might run similarly on the regular fuel as well, which makes it extremely practical. And that's the reason you should go out there and drive these cars, because the last generation F10 M5 was also running on regular fuel. And it's not compulsorily high octane, though it's preferred, but it does run on regular fuel as well. Now let's have a quick discussion on the 4MATIC Plus system, which is newly developed for this E63s. This is a very smart system, to be honest. Before we talk about the disengaging front axle and turning into a drift mode vehicle, I would genuinely say the regular all-wheel drive is so good, and it's so essential in a car like this. 612 horsepower, 850 Nm. How are you going to put that power down in a rear-wheel drive? It's extremely difficult. And forget about putting that power down on the stupid concrete roads or the expressway kind of situations. And we're not even talking about the monsoons now. Monsoons, it's going to be impractical, the rear-wheel drive. So four-wheel drive in this gives absolute extreme levels of whatever physical grip is available between the tarmac and the tires right to you, and it helps you extract all the power from this engine. And definitely a big thumbs up. Though overall it does feel like a rear bias system, it does not feel like a 50-50 front to rear all-wheel drive like how the Quattros feel. So surely this doesn't put me down, the four-wheel drive system. Let me just get over the speed breaker now. Oh yeah, we are on a national highway, so we're gonna have a few speed breakers. Another one. Ground clearance is also not much of an issue. Ah. Okay. So yes, coming back to the 0 to 100 time, which is around 3.3 seconds, as I said before, it is faster than our beloved M5. And well, to be honest, the current M5 on sale is the regular M5, and it is not an M5 competition. So this particular model competes, because it's the E63s, competes with the M5 competition. So it's slightly unfair. But yeah, that F90 M5 is quick as well, no doubt. Right, now coming to the gearbox. This is not a dual clutch. This is not the regular torque converter. This is what AMG call it the 9-speed MCT unit. And MCT means multi-clutch technology. And this usually has more than 2 clutches. And I'll just put up a small image for your reference. So overall, most AMG owners who have driven this new E63s have said that this is better to the previous generation 7-speed MCT, because this is a 9-speed MCT unit. The gear ratios in the first couple of gears are short, and that makes it pretty much exciting, they say. But I have one critical feedback, that even in comfort mode, this is slightly jerky, and it's always ready to go in the traffic-like situations. Not on the highway, but in comfort. In highway, it's fine, but in the traffic situations, it's slightly could have been tuned to more comfort levels. Okay, I wanted to mention 2 strong points which make this car a good handling car. Starting off with the steering. It's absolutely precise, and though this is an electromechanical steering, but even the little inputs you can feel, and it's whatever 1-2 mm I'm moving around, it's the car is moving with me, and the car is giving me that proper feedback, and this is really, really good, and one of the best steerings I have experience in a sports sedan. And the next bit is the braking. Well, no doubt this has carbon ceramics, and these are like really expensive option, but definitely you should pick these. And in addition to that, the braking, I think the front are 6-piston brakes, and that really sums it up. It's a properly big brake, and as big as it gets. And overall, I genuinely feel this car, I have barely used the so-called the engine braking technique, and that says a lot, because I have confidence in the brake, and I have confidence that the car will stop in time, and that summarizes the entire braking experience. So with this steering and braking combination, it genuinely makes it, with the 4MATIC, it makes it a properly great handling vehicle. Right, so now we are inside the city limits around the New Bombay area, and it's a good time to talk about the ride quality. I'm just going to touch on that. So this car is having 20-inch rims, or 265 tires up front and 295s at the back, Pirelli P0s, but it has air suspension. Overall, the ride quality is not bad at all. I'm not complaining. But with 20-inch rims, the tires are complaining in bad roads, and especially as we are on the flyover, you might just experience some expansion joints. So overall, the air suspension is doing a great job, but 20-inch rims, they don't really like the bad roads. You have to be very careful, otherwise you might just end up with a sidewall crack or a sidewall air bubble. Particularly in comfort mode, this E63s AMG has the shades of the regular E-Class, which is not a bad thing, and all credit to the magical air suspension, which is doing ample good job in the comfort mode. The E63s as a package is hard to fault, but if I had to be critical, I'd say even though the carbon fiber is real, it's a slight overdose. And yeah, another point would be the seats. Though these are from the AMG GTR, they do tend to get uncomfortable in longer journeys. So it would be best to pick the regular sport seats. So finally, to conclude things, it pains to see that the overall motoring experience has watered down to a few photo shoots, Instagram posts, tags and shoutouts. So if you are a supercar owner and happen to own such a super sedan, which is as fast as a Lamborghini, as fun as a BMW M car, and feels as safe as an Audi Quattro, irrespective of whether you are driving in the city, out on the highway or in traffic limits, I have one suggestion for you. Go out there and notice the driving pleasure, and don't drive to get noticed. And on that note, thanks for watching.